Hello, 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 hello. Hi, everybody. How are you doing? How's the weekend setting in? I hope everybody is enjoying the weather as well and staying safe and staying at home. So, yes. Okay, so while I wait for participants to come in, I just want to introduce myself. I'm Nikita Mhatre, the founder of Presentation Success Community. I'm an IT professional as well as an entrepreneur. And I'm a wife to an amazing husband, and I have a power packed child who keeps me entertained and keeps me on my toes the entire day. So yeah, that's about me, and I have some 11 years of experience now, 10 plus to be precise. And I am taking care of I my daily role in covers working with presentations. So let me in today's session, I want to cover about how I create my presentations. How do I take care, and the daily activities I handle or I work upon. At least three presentations on an average, like the minimum three presentations, and that is the one I work upon on a daily basis. So sometimes the topics are connected, sometimes they are not. But then in that kind of a scenario, how do I work on presentations is something what I would like to share with you all. The first thing also, yeah, before I start, I want to request all of you who have not subscribed to my channel on YouTube, named Presentation Success Community, as well as on Facebook. I have a page for named Presentation Success Community. So you can understand and keep updated, stay updated with the latest tips, the tips what I share around not only presentations, but not only about creating presentations, but also around delivering impactful presentations. So that's about it. And yeah, so we are good to start. uh, so the first thing what I do while creating presentations, if the most important thing, the moment some random topic is shared, some random or a new presentation topic is shared with me. So the first thing what I do is research. Even if the somebody tells me about it or gives me a background about what is required to be done, still I believe in a value add, and how deep do I understand the topic by researching the topic. So that's my way. And I go on various sites. I spend some minimum at least 15 minutes. And it depends on the severity or the preciseness, or probably the demand from whom it is. It varies that how in depth I go into the research. So that is about research. So and there are various sites on for research. On Google is the most simplest one. And from Google, if you can go to news, if you can go to YouTube as well. So that's the way I do my research, and I find out something, anything about the topic. The second thing what I do is I never open a PowerPoint. Okay, so that's the most common mistake, or the most look after or sought after step what everybody thinks is, the moment they are asked to create a presentation, they immediately first open PowerPoint. So that is something which you should totally avoid. So that is something what I follow personally as well. I never go into creating opening a PowerPoint presentation. The step what I take instead is I could write down what all I need to present and what all I need to cover. So that can be on a pen and paper or a whiteboard, or post-it pins. So that is something what I use regularly. And then post based on that, I after that step, then I use a highlighter, or if there are post-it pins which I'm using, I arrange that and sequence it. sequence it in a manner that it creates a storyline, it creates a message what I have to deliver. Because not necessary that the person who is going to read or see the presentation is aware about what is the message what I am trying to convey to him, what is that key thing what he needs to know from the entire presentation. So that's not necessary. Go to a random person who's at an executive level as well. So you shouldn't take your audience for granted. Okay, so that's the reason I build a storyline. I go in a stepwise approach about right from the way I started, giving a background about myself and then deep diving into what I need to share with the audience. Okay, so that's the way I do it. And then if while doing the storyline or building that storyline, if I think that any point of time, if I think that this is not coming out well, there is something which is just like that has to be a gap, or that has to be a connection, a logical connection between both of these, then I build I try to fit in that. So that's like fill in the gaps to create the storyline. And then just again revisit the entire storyline to understand if the message is crystal clear. So this is something what I religiously follow. And then once the final draft is ready, then I go and I check into you know I then the is the actual time when I open my PowerPoint presentation and I start dumping the content what I have researched, what I have built upon into the PowerPoint slides. And based upon that, then that's the way the entire presentation is built. And then comes the step about you know improving it graphically, visually, making it good content wise, making it crisp. And then post that, it's like the final touches. Some, if you need to add some images in that, or if you need to add some logos, if I'm following the company theme, so that is something what I look after. And post that, then that's the final packaging of the presentation to be sent. So is that's it, and these are some very simple steps. The only key thing what you should always avoid is don't start by opening PowerPoint. That should be probably the last step. So yes, any questions, anything what you need more clarity about, I would really be happy to help you around it. Yes, so I will give you 30 seconds to just type in your questions. And in the meantime, if you want to know more about my page, about what all I do, so this is more of sharing content, more of sharing tips with what I personally learn on a day to day basis, from everybody, right from executives to graphic designers to mid management to newcomers, everybody, that are tips around creating good presentations. So that's my objective, to reach at least 1 lakh students, IT professionals, and help them create really good presentations. The reason I stress upon presentations is because I feel it's not every time that you are going to be present to showcase or to tell what you have to tell, but many a times your presentation is going to talk about you and talk for you. So if you have to be successful, you have to also be successful at creating good presentations. And that's the reason I strongly believe that learning or understanding what is the key message what you should give in presentations and how you should create them is very essential, is very important, and I personally and these days I think everybody uh, even in interviews they ask for a short presentation to be prepared, and that's not necessary for a technical or a non-technical background. It's for most of the people whom I have interacted. They ask me for help to create presentations, to help them create a short intro kind of presentations for them. And that's the reason I feel that that's the actual time when we get to showcase something about ourselves without us being actually present there. So yes, so it seems that nobody has any questions, and if by after watching this, if you have this any questions, feel free to reach out to me, and feel free to post on the or type in your comments. I will ensure that I address every query of yours. Yes, thank you. Bye bye. Happy weekend.